Hello everyone and welcome back to Pittsburgh Vader. Once again in this video we're just going to be jumping around and doing stuff around the car, see what we can get done. In the last video I told you guys that we got a windshield and I had to go pick it up, but unfortunately the people we sourced it from, they broke the windshield while removing it from the Chrysler, so that one's no good anymore. So there's a few more local places that I'm going to call up and see if they have a windshield for it, but if not, I'm just going to have to keep looking for that. A little disappointed that that didn't work out, but it's not that huge of a deal. I'll find one eventually. So yeah, if anyone in the Pittsburgh area or roughly around here has a 2001 to 2006 Chrysler Sebring windshield, let me know. I might come pick it up. I do need one, so if you have one, that'd help. But if not, I'm sure I'll be able to source one. It's just the one that I did find didn't work out, sadly. So yeah. We started working on getting the front clip and the headlights and everything like that aligned so we can get this mounted to the car. There's a few things we're waiting for, we're waiting to do them because we're not sure how everything's going to line up. But for now, we have to push this back a little bit further, and that will close the gap between these two. And these are pretty close to being even. It just needs adjusted, and this looks like it's all going to fit. We put the windowsill plate on just so we can start lining things up and getting this together. And I did take the headlights out just so we could test fit this without worrying about breaking those. But once we get this lined up and figure out what we have to do to get this to slide all the way up, I'm pretty sure we just have to do a couple little things and slide it back. One thing that's stopping it from sliding all the way back is the door hinge has this shock on it, and down here it's hitting it. So I'm pretty sure we're going to have to adjust the location of that, move it down more and left to right a little bit. Not really sure which one yet, but we're going to work on that and figure out how to get this aligned so we can push the front clip all the way back and get it all aligned and everything like that. All in all, it's fitting pretty well. Just a little bit more adjustment and we should be good to go. I also started doing some body work on the area under where that plate goes, but it's really not going to be seen, so it doesn't have to be perfect. There were just a good bit of holes in the body here, so I wanted to fill those in and smooth it out the best I can before finishing off this area. I put the car back down so it's a little hard to see, but I did fiberglass the inside of these fender liners. It closed off the hole on either side of that. So what I'm going to do is fiberglass inside here and support it from the back just the same way I did on the bottom half. And then after that's done, I'll use more of this sound deadening stuff and go over the entire thing. And then on the bottom, once I get it all the fiberglass on the top, I'm going to go from underneath and make sure it's sturdy enough. I don't have to add any more underneath. And once it's sturdy enough, I will use the rubberized undercoating on the entire bottom of that. And obviously I'll be repeating the process on that side over there and getting both these fender liners done. Okay, so back here I'm working on getting this window wing thing ready to just mount on and be finished and stuff. So I lined it up and everything. There was a gap, so I filled that in and then used the paint stick with the razor blades just to cut the line to make it even all the way across. Over here it had much better fitment than the rest here, so I just did this half, and as you can see the rest is pretty even. One thing I have on both sides is this hangs over the edge a little bit, and I didn't like it like that, so I'm actually going to cut an angle here so it actually lines up where it's just with the rest of the body line here. So I'm going to cut that across, sand that down, make that smooth and everything. Do the same on the other side, and then just smooth this all out and get it ready to be primed and painted. Right now, it's only temporarily mounted to the car. It still has a tiny bit of wiggle room, but it is bolted right there. If you can see the bolt, yeah, right there. I didn't bolt it all the way down. I'm gonna add a washer eventually, but all I did is I added a T-nut from underneath and just bolted it in. I added one down there and up there and there. I only bolted it in on the two top sides though, just to hold it in here so I can line it up to fit it and everything. This was my first time trying this method, so it didn't come out perfect, but it's not that big of a deal. I'll sand it down and touch up the areas I need to and sand it all smooth, but I think I didn't wait long enough to cut the line, or I waited too long, because the videos I watched, they just cut a straight line and it didn't actually pull out the stuff while they were doing it, but mine did, so I'm pretty sure I just didn't wait long enough for something like that. So I'm just gonna keep trying out on the other side and stuff and get better at it. But yeah, for the first time, didn't turn out too badly. Actually, I don't think I'm gonna have to fill in anything over here. I'm actually gonna have to take out some material on the top. The way I'm measuring is I'm just taking a paint stick and running it along inside, and as you can see, it's touching the entire way, and then it can't go any further here. So this is 4 millimeters wide, and that's about the gap you want, 4 to 5. And I'm gonna just sand down here and then smooth this all out. There's a little bit of a dip here, but overall it's not thicker than I need it anywhere. Might fill in a tiny bit there, but it's basically how I need it. So I'm not really gonna mess with this side as much as the other side, but I am still going to cut off an angled piece here. I'm gonna wait till I get that side off and sand it smooth to cut this one, just to make sure I get it even on both sides. That way everything's just pretty much mirrored and looks the same and pretty much as flush as I can get everything. Alright, so I marked where I need to sand to here. I just need to take out this little dip in the panel itself. I'm just going to sand that out. Not too much I have to do, so I probably won't take long at all. And then up here, just a very tiny bit up. It's more so over here than down here. But yeah, I'm just going to sand that all and make it as smooth as I can before I actually prime paint or anything like that. Alright, so this is the bottom of the window wing. I got the first coat of primer on it. I'm letting that dry now. I'm actually experimenting with this panel. I'm going to try vinyl wrapping it. I'm going to paint the bottom side black. You really won't see any of this. This is on the bottom side, so this is going to be against the car, so you really won't see any of this. So I'm going to be just spray painting the bottom here black, and then on the other side, I'm going to be priming it and attempting to vinyl wrap it, see how that works out. I've never vinyl wrapped before, but I thought it might be a good option, especially since I don't have a paint booth to paint the car in. So I will be trying to vinyl wrap the other side. So I'll show you that and show you how it turns out. It could turn out great, it could turn out terrible. I'm just gonna have to wait and see. So right now, just letting the primer dry. It's a little cold out here, so it's gonna take a while. But yeah, just wanna keep you guys updated with that. And there we go, that is the second coat of black. I'm probably just going to leave it at that since this is the bottom side. You're really not going to see it. After that's dry, I'm going to flip it over, do the other side, and then bring it back inside when it's dried to wrap it up. Alright, so I did like the first half of the vinyl. I scratched it in a couple places, and that's not that big of a deal. But I was just coming along here, and I kind of ripped it a little bit. So this is pretty much junk now. I'll peel it back off and retry another day, but I have no time, so that's going to be the end for this video. But this is the color I'm going to try to go with for the car. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but it's like a dark Nardo gray. It looks much different on camera. See, I scratched it there too. I think I did that with my nail. But yeah, overall turned out okay. It's color that I want. It's a little bit darker than Nardo. But yeah, I think it's going to turn out pretty good if I go with this color. Not sure if I'm going with wrap or paint yet. I'm going to cut another piece and try it without ripping it and see how it turns out. And I'm going to also watch some videos and figure out how to stop scratching it so bad. It might just be the vinyl. Might try a different brand or something. But yeah, so that's the end for this video. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next one.